And welcome back. Today, we're taking out the Mirage 2000 CS5 for a much needed redemption arc. When I had my initial impressions of the aircraft on the dev server, which was incomplete as it did not have all its radar features enabled along with the real properties of the R530D, I dismissed this plane as inferior to the F-14 in general. But now I've given enough time for the Mirage 2000 to stew over. I take back what I said. While the F-14 still does a lot of things better than the Mirage 2000, as in onboard guns, air-to-air missile capacity, and radar range, the Mirage 2000 doesn't lag far behind. The R550 Magic 2 still doesn't have its countermeasures, but it's a very workable all-aspect IR missile compared to the R60M. The R530D compared with the RDI radar, also calling it the RDI radar is redundant because the RDI acronym stands for Radar Doppler a Impulsion, is nothing short of good. With the introduction of France's first true pulse Doppler radar, R530s following chaff are no longer a thing, and the R530 just pulls so crazy that it allows it to become both a mid-range dogfight missile and a long-range intercept missile. On top of that, they also integrated the Dassault Spirale system onto the Mirage 2000 after the dev server, upping its countermeasures count to 90. The cherry atop this aircraft is the amazing engine power. I often find myself redlining almost all the time before engagements because it just simply refuses to go slow. While singing of praise as I have for this fighter, I get to the crux of my argument. I think it's simply not 11.3 material. The biggest reason I want 11.7 to be opened up is because they're just fighters that are at the same battle rating, but are nowhere near as capable as the F-14 or Mirage 2000. For example, the F-104S ASA. It has 4 AIM-9L, sure, but it's not got a radar that can save its life, or the flight performance to dogfight anything at its BR. And because of missiles like the AIM-9L, AIM-9H, and AIM-9G that have crazy range, running away just doesn't cut it anymore. Honestly, I don't exactly think about the F-104S ASA going down to 11.0 and completely wiping F-4Cs and Hunter F-6s. So, I know what you're saying. Down tiers are so rare anyway, even if it goes down to 11.0, it will face 11.7 most of the time anyway. Not quite. After the BR changes, when the A10s and A10 lates move up to 10.0 and 10.3 respectively, 10.0 will be populated enough for the quantitative matchmaking to make a lot of 11.0 matches. So if you put the ASA down to 11.0 to just start mopping up teams along with some other aircraft I don't consider 11.3 material, 10.0 and 10.3 will essentially be unplayable. Another one of these aircraft I don't consider 11.3 material is the MiG-21 BIS SAO. 6 R60M or MKs, the MiG-23M and MiG-23MF have that at 11.0. Its best radar missile is the R3R, which is just awful compared to the radar missiles of its contemporaries like the Skyflash, AIM-7F, R530F and D, and the Aspide. Furthermore, it doesn't have look-down capability like most 11.3s. However, and this is the heart of my argument, I don't think it should go down to 11.0. It still has insane thrust and good flight performance, and that's still 6 all-aspect IR missiles. It would force Gaijin to put R60Ms on the Soviet MiG-21 BIS as well, which is currently only sat at 11.0 because it doesn't get R60Ms. By moving these aircraft to 11.7, you give 10.3 aircraft breathing room to only combat A-10s, A-5Cs, and Harriers instead of suddenly plunging into an 11.3 match and getting a whacking because, well, you have no countermeasures. Hunter F6 Mirage 3C and Mitsubishi F1 say hi. Hell, there's even a 10.7 aircraft with no RWR and countermeasures, but everyone kinda forgot it because it's a J35D, and everyone kinda does that anyway. The 11.7 BR also opens the way for tanks to follow suit. Decompressing top-tier tanks a fair bit would do wonders. The Challenger 2F, TES, and Black Knight are all amazing tanks, and they should be at 11.0, but with War Thunder's meta, the M1A2, T80 BVM, and Leopard 2A6 should all go to 11.3, if not to ease the 10.0 matchmaker, at least to demonstrate the differences in capability between the 11O M1A2 and the 11O Challenger 2F. This would also create a ripple effect with T-ADUs, Type 90s, M1A1HCs, and M1A1 AIMs moving up to 11O to demonstrate the difference in capabilities compared to the Challenger 2 without Dorchester 2F and the Arietes. Again, the Arietes and Challenger 2s are wonderful tanks in their own right, and they're certainly capable of going toe-to-toe with the T-80 BVM M1A2s, but they don't excel with War Thunder's meta that values capture points and rushing. And also maybe these changes will move the KA-52 up to 11.7 and KA-50 to 11.0 if the proxy fuse coding will remain as is with their Vickers. With the upcoming November update coinciding with the 10th anniversary of War Thunder, there's much to look forward to. We're only ever inching forward to more Generation 4 aircraft, and the need for this BR becomes more imperative with every update. I want you to consider this. If the next update is the Panavia Tornado and the ADF carries both AIM-9Ls and later models of the Skyflash, I don't think 11.3 would be very fair for it. So it's better to start relieving the problem now before adding in broken stuff and fixing it in the end. But what am I talking about? This is Gaijin. They're the ones that put the F-14A at 11.3 and it's still at 11.3. Anyways, that's what I think. I believe it's time for the 11.7 BR to open up, but honestly, if I had my own way, we'd go 2 steps up and start the upcoming aircraft at 12.0 just to give 10.7 breathing room. There's just no way the F-104G should have to face F-14s and Mirage 2000s. Mind you, this is what Italy is going to grind their tornadoes with. What do you think? Leave a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe to see more content like this. It helps the channel a lot now that I'm gunning for 12K for a very special video. Thanks for watching. This is the Dr. MD. Godspeed.